We're back on Ibiza, in the Balearics, the White Isle. Those familiar dazzling whites, the olive greens, the marine blues, and of course, plenty of sunshine. Enough to put anyone in the holiday mood. But not everyone is here to party. It's early season, but thousands have turned up for the 5th Ibiza Marathon. This is one marathon where if one group member expresses an interest, everyone else jumps on board. Even the trainers on sale give a sense of escaping from the winter. And as with last year, there are a variety of races, the 12, the 22, the 42, the relay, all organised by the Talentum group. A group full of enthusiasm and experience. And they've brought in a couple of elite Ethiopian runners as well. Salvador says to be able to host this type of a race in Ibiza is a huge source of pride, especially for him. He's an islander and someone who's passionate about the island. Really enjoys being able to show everyone, all the visitors, all the runners, the island, with the course of the marathon, the start and the finish, which is spectacular. Tony Ramon is a sports counsellor in the area. So this year we've broken loads of records. He's hopeful that the event's going to grow, keep improving, welcoming more people with a smile, with joy, with optimism, which is what this event is all about.
Alegría, deporte, salud, sol y todo lo que nos va bien.
One or two superstars brought in for the event, but it's the bib collection that really indicates the range of ages and nationalities and I dare say abilities. The aim of the Ibiza Marathon is to be inclusive, and it is just that. The island has really got a reputation for being a magnet for young partygoers, but it's broadening its net. And this year's entry was last year's winner, Susana Lombardo.
Bueno, este año creo que va a haber un
She
poco
says
más
well,
de
she thinks
nivel
the level's going to be a little bit higher this year. It's going to be difficult, certainly more difficult to win, but that's not going to stop her enjoying the weekend and enjoying being on the island.
It's beautiful.
And nice weather, sunny. The most difficult will be the sun, since we just train in the cold weather this time.
I think it's a great experience to go. I have a really holiday feeling, but I'm really looking forward to the race. So
good food, good beaches, and nice people. So everyone should come.
No, we've been here many times. I don't know, 10, 11 times maybe as a family. So perfect place to come and run a marathon. Love the place, love the vibe, just love the place. So yeah, when we saw there was a marathon, why not? It's going to be hot and I don't like the heat, so it's just a case of getting around and enjoying it. I'm just going to enjoy the countryside and just enjoy it.
My brother's done the marathon in Ibiza twice before. This is our first time. Very excited.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We've only been here once before, haven't we?
Yeah,
when we were much
as
younger.
Children.
Weather's beautiful, scenery's beautiful, people are beautiful. We're very excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a very nice place for holidays. I like the feel of it, you know, like the smells of the tree, like it's typical like smell of the holidays for me.
For me, it's just a wonderful place for holiday, to chill, to relax, to disconnect. So yeah, just come here and enjoy, right?
It's hard not to. Well, there's plenty of information about the race and the course and the island, a special briefing for the top athletes and plenty of influencers who've been brought in to run.
Es la primera vez que vengo a
Sara
hacer la
Pasaraido saying this is the first time she's come to the Ibiza half marathon. Whenever she's come to the island, it's always been to go to the beach, to enjoy, to eat delicious food, to be with friends, so a different plan this time, and she thinks it's a great plan. The icing on the cake, which is going to be the race.
de Ibiza, del calor, el buen tiempo, el mar y bueno, pues todo lo que
keen that
esta
everyone comes
super
and
isla nos puede aportar.
just enjoys a little bit of running around the island. The heat is good, the weather's good, the sea's perfect.
I'm going to run the 12 kilometers and it's gonna be fun. I'm going to give my all, but first of all is having fun and enjoy the view and enjoying the atmosphere of this island.
Ibiza is, of course, the third biggest of the Balearics. The population normally around 142,000, but it swells to something like 1.5 million in the summer. It's got a hugely rich history that the runners will enjoy. The Greeks, the Arabs, the Romans, the Vikings, the pirates, they've all played a part.
First time running the race, yeah. We sort of know the course, but we haven't done it before. It's our first time, so we're just hoping to finish it. As long as we finish, we'll be okay.
It's the second time this gentleman's been here. This is going to be his 287th marathon. And he's come back because it's nice. The people are nice. Everything's nice. And then he's off to the disco afterwards. We think Ibiza's all about partying and fun and the beach, but I imagine we'll be running through the town centre and through areas that tourists don't usually go to, such as the mountains or the forest. And they're going to do their best to promote the Corredores Solidarios for supporting ALS. Well, it's the marathon runners who get away first, but it's not an early morning start to avoid the heat. It's a late afternoon start, 4 p.m. for the marathon runners, so they'll get to see the spectacular sunset as they work their way around the course. The elite runners out front, Nagasa, Falate, certainly expected to get close to the records that were set back in 2019.
Yo siempre que viajo y que voy a
Sanchez
correr
saying,
a un sitio nuevo,
whenever I travel and go running in a new place, I'm open to anything. Really looking forward to this one, especially because she enjoys running on the tarmac.
Una experiencia espectacular.
Ashinafi, number 4 in the women's, very, very talented runner. She's been under 2:30 before. If she can do that today, she will beat the record that was set by Balanesh Yami in 2019. 2:34.30, the women's record. The men's standing at 2:14.30.
Es maravilloso porque para mí lo bonito de correr.
Monica Martinez saying it's wonderful because for me the beauty of running is the feeling of freedom, being outdoors. She always feels that running on a treadmill is only for when you can't get outside. Running is about being in contact with nature, and Ibiza, she says, has a lot to teach us, a lot to give us. So she thinks it's the perfect place to be. Well, the course, not exactly flat. They'll climb some 100 metres over the first 20k. So 1 metre gain in every 200. What's that? 0.5% incline. It might slow 1 or 2 down, but it's unlikely to affect the Ethiopians. Ashinafi. She was under 18 minutes at 5k, so she's looking at around that 2:30 mark. The men going well. Ashinafi, very, very solid. Nagasa could certainly head for the record. Elliot Kibet, 2:14.30. Well, plenty of different races. The 22 kilometres it is now, as opposed to half a marathon, starting at Santa Gertrudis, and that's proved to be very popular, but not as popular as the 12k race. Danny Matteo, certainly the star in the 22 kilometre field. He set the record in the relay last year.
Tenemos la novedad de la distancia intermedia, una distancia
espectacular Santa Eulària saying this year we have the novelty of the intermediate distance. It's an unusual distance at 22 kilometers and starts in the center of Ibiza, an area of the countryside that surprises a lot of people. People associate Ibiza with the beaches, but there's plenty of landscape to see inland. And the first 15 kilometers passing through some stunning natural areas. Well, they're looking for a time of around 1 hour 10 minutes for the fastest in that 22k. That's a pretty fierce pace. I can't see anyone other than Matteo being able to match that. Slight descent down towards the finish.
Y esperemos que, como volvemos con todas las
distancias, all the distances get run and completed this year. They want to have some records in the marathon, and obviously the first time they've run the 22k, so we'll have a best time for that, and the 12k, which is the shortest and the most popular event. Well, a relay with a slightly unusual exchange. Both runners have to run a section before the second runner heads off. Difficult to know where to put your best runner. Do you give him the start and the climb, or do you set him off towards the finish?
Me gusta mucho vivir este tipo de
experiencias porque really enjoy this sort of experience, because those of us who run always like to see a little bit more, enjoy new places, get new experiences. She loves the run and feel slogan that's been used around this event. And she has absolutely no doubt she's going to go back with some good memories of the Ibiza Marathon. Ibiza, incidentally, the same size as the Isle of Isla in Scotland, about 600 square kilometres. It's about 220, 230 kilometres all the way around. Most of the fans at the start in Ibiza, but plenty heading to Santa Eulària, where the race will finish, hopefully for everyone.
Connection with Wimbledon Uncovered in 360, powered by Vodafone. Available now on wimbledon.com. Vodafone, official connectivity partner of Wimbledon.
Yeah. Auntie Kate hasn't just nailed babysitting. She's absolutely cinched it. Just like she cinched her motor. Cinch is the easy way to buy a car online. There's thousands to choose from, all quality checked, with free home delivery and a 14-day money-back guarantee. So you can be certain you've absolutely cinched it.
Oh my gosh, stunning build.
Buying a car? Don't just name it, cinch it.
Think you're ready for Sky's fastest ever broadband? Think again. Get ready to feel fast. We're rolling out game-changing speeds, 25 times faster than Sky's standard fiber, with an average download speed of 900 megabits per second. Get that gigafast feeling with Sky's fastest ever broadband. Sky, believe in faster.
Get closer to the sports you love with Sky VIP, sponsors of Eurosport.
Well, I don't think that there's much doubt that numbers have been swollen by the inclusion of the shorter events. I think race organisers learning that not everyone has the time or the will to train for a full 42 kilometres. And the 12-kilometre is very, very achievable. 4,000 runners in all in action today, and that is a record for the island, but they have ambitious plans for the future. There's room for more. There's a kids run as well, free to enter. And have a look at the start numbers. Everyone is number one. Nice touch. All the children running different distances depending on their age. Most of them with parents who'll be running as well. This is Carmen Ferrer.
Es también los organizadores han intentado también dar un
Saying
cariño
it's
especial
unbelievable
al
experience. The
corredor, que es el
organisers
protagonista. Entonces ese
given
sentimiento,
real
esta
attention
experiencia,
to those
esta descubrir
runners who
el destino disfrutando de una actividad
aren't
saludable y
specialists
también
who
incluyendo
don't
toda
really
la
want to
familia. No
run the full
solamente pensamos
distance.
en los adultos, sino que por la parte matutina está también las carreras de los niños,
Says
en
it
donde
just
la
feels
familia
like
también es la
healthy
protagonista.
activity,
Y los más pequeños
something that
entran
includes the
dentro de
whole
este
family.
disfrute de la naturaleza,
Not just thinking about the adults, the kids have their place in this event as well. One or two looking as though they have a bright future in terms of running. And there's also race for
Tenemos
the
también la carrera ABNEF, es una carrera muy especial
those
porque
with
es para
special
niños
needs.
con necesidades
The
especiales.
APNEF race.
Se preparan durante todo el año con
And
monitores.
it's just as
tienen
special
esas
as the marathon, as
discapacidades,
they
pero viven
spend the
la
whole
fiesta
year
del
getting
maratón,
ready for this.
Junto al resto de atletas de élite, ¿no? Para
And they
nosotros
celebrate
ABNEF,
the marathon
la ayuda
like
solidaria
everyone else.
que da la carrera y también los corredores a esta asociación es muy importante para que todo el mundo sienta este evento tan
Francisco
importante de
Larry
la
saying
isla.
for him it's as big a part of the race as any other, and he loves to see the effect and the smile on the faces of those who take part. Well, Nagasa starting to apply some pressure. He's got a PB of 2:09.26, some way off Kipchoge's 1:59.40 in the 1:59 challenge. So he'll be looking to go under the 2:10 in the women's. There's certainly a chance that either Imoshi or Ashinafi will break the record set by Yami. 2:34, remember, 2:34.30. Danny Matteo out on his own in the 22k race, keen to set a really tough target for those who attempt the 22k distance in the future. And he's been pacing himself all the way through. An Olympian, took part in Tokyo, had a really good World Championships in Doha.
Bueno, prácticamente es el mismo circuito, tengo ese handicap y eso a favor, que ya
He
lo
says
conozco.
he's got an advantage, he knows the course, he's run the relay last year, which is 21k, and the 22k pretty much the same. So he's looking forward to this, being the first year, it's something special, and he says he's keen to set a time that no one else can match in the future. Well, he's going to have to go some to do that. Maleta Falate, this is his debut at 42k, so he's certainly shown he's got speed over the first half, but it'll be interesting to see what happens to him in the latter stages of the race, having never raced this distance before. Nagasa, on the other hand, looks very comfortable as he comes into the closing stages of the Ibiza Marathon. Falate not far behind, but that is a difficult 50 meters to close. Lobsters or crayfish, not quite sure, but they played their part.
Bueno, yo creo que tanto
Mateo
la meta
again
como todo el
saying
circuito es un ambiente
at the
excepcional.
finish line and around the course, the atmosphere is absolutely fantastic. Plenty of colour, plenty of noise. And he says it doesn't matter how hard the race is, they do somehow manage to put a smile on your face. Gasser with what will probably prove to be his last drink stop. Maluta Falati certainly starting to look as though he's beginning to struggle. The stride just shortened a fraction. The Gasser, on the other hand, enjoying the sea breeze as he comes down into Santa Eulària Ibiza, the finish for this year's marathon. And he's just outside the 2:10. In fact, I think he might even miss out on the 2:14.30 set by Quebec in 2019.
Al final esto es una carrera para sentir y disfrutar. No es para hacer marca, es para venir a disfrutar de Ibiza, de su gastronomía,
in the
de
end,
sus
this is a
playas,
race
de
to
su
feel
ocio.
and
Es la
enjoy.
única
It's not
carrera
about
en el mundo de
breaking
maratón que se
records,
realiza
it's
por
to
la tarde,
come to
junto
Ibiza
al famoso sunset
and enjoy
de
everything it
Ibiza,
has
y
to
lo que
offer.
buscamos es
Enjoy
ese
the
producto
sunset.
turístico deportivo que permita que la gente repite.
What they're hoping is that Ibiza grows its sports tourism, encourages people to come back and enjoy everything else that the island has to offer. Well, the battle of the Ethiopians just about to sort itself out. Nagasa certainly with a decent gap over Falati now.
Estoy súper orgulloso de ser el embajador, súper feliz y muy contento que
Danny
cuenten
Mateo
conmigo,
saying
porque
he's so
además la
proud
prueba
to be an
me parece
ambassador for
maravillosa,
this
la
event.
salida
And
Ibiza, que es una ciudad patrimonio, creo
he's
que es algo que
honoured
no
that
sabe,
they're
pero es una
counting
ciudad
on him
patrimonio histórico,
as
con
he's
sus
such a big
murallas,
fan
con
of
sus
this
castillos,
race.
es algo
The
excepcional.
start in
Luego vas
Ibiza, which
corriendo
is
por plena
a
naturaleza,
historical
en un paraje
heritage city
idílico, es un
with the
paraje de
walls and
monte en Ibiza,
castles is
y
something
ya
exceptional.
llegar a la zona de playa, lo
And then
que
you run
conocemos
through the
Ibiza,
most
playa, bahía,
idyllic
maravillas, playa,
nature,
preciosa,
the
pues
mountainous
hace
areas
que,
of
a mi gusto,
Ibiza,
es un circuito muy completo, muy bonito, y yo
and then back
personalmente
down
lo
to the
he
beach,
disfrutado
which is what we
muchísimo
all
en
know
la ocasión que tuve, y
Ibiza
espero
for.
que mañana sea igual.
It makes a very, very complete circuit. Beautiful. And Mateo, the outstanding star in the 22-kilometre race, has been here plenty of times. Well, the Gasser on the home straight now, and the clock up front, just coming up to the 2 hours 15. So the record does not go. Eliud Kibet remains with the fastest time, but he was certainly on schedule at the halfway stage. 2:16.25, the official time. Well, that's a good effort from Falati. Remember, his debut marathon, he dropped a lot over the last 5K, ending up to 19:16 his time. One of the most remarkable performances being put in by Dagmawit Ashinafi of Ethiopia in the women's race. Not far behind the men. Nagasa on top of the podium. Well, there is Ashinafi across the line, 2:33.37. She has broken the record set by Balaneshami in 2019, 2:34.30. So that 2:33.37, taking almost a minute off the time and ending up with a decent margin. 6 minutes in the end, just under 6 minutes, the margin between herself and Imoshi. And in third place, and with a little bit of surprise at the end of the race for Sylvia Sarion Esteve. third place in the marathon, the first Spaniard, and an engagement ring to go with it. Danny Mateo, no surprise to see him take the top slot in the 22-kilometre race. Says he's delighted to be here for the second year in a row. Happy with what he's achieved, although he couldn't quite break that 1 hour, 10-minute barrier. Mateo's time, 1:11:07 for the 22K. That's still pretty stiff. Course record in the 12K.
It's our first time in Ibiza, and we've had a wonderful trip so far. It looks like a beautiful island. We got to see a good bit of it in the mixed relay. Pretty hard first leg for me uphill, and I was pretty tired at the end. Don't know how you felt.
Fortunately, I got to run down from Santa Gertrudis all the way down to the beach, so that was a bit nicer. Although there was a couple of little twists and turns that threw me at the end, but yeah, loved it. Loved the finish. The atmosphere was fantastic.
Well, I think everyone enjoyed it. 4,000 runners in all.
It was also energizing to see other people running past you, especially the first place and second place were running past as we started the 12K, and it was really inspiring to watch them.
It was okay. The middle bit, I went a bit cautious because I've never done the distance before, and then I felt okay about 10K from home, so I picked up the pace a bit, and yeah, can't believe I did it. This morning I wasn't going to do it.
So great atmosphere. People happy and supporters, little kids, they are just so loud and asking high five. Wow, great, really. Oh, amazing. I will be back for sure next year.
Well, there's an indictment, and I think congratulations to the tens of thousands of supporters that turned out to back this race. The word is spreading. The Ibiza Marathon is definitely one to do. April 2023 could be bigger and better.